I am Congruence, and I've decided to take on this challenge of Duolingo. Before I explain the format, I just want to introduce my two co-commentators. So we have Trasha here.
Hello.
Trasha is familiar with English, Danish, and Russian. And
Correct.
Limi here, who
Hello.
is familiar with English, German, and a bit of Spanish.
Yeah, it has been a while with the Spanish.
Yes, yes. And I know English and a little bit of Norwegian on a good day. So just a bit about the format. There are 38 official complete languages on Duolingo. We're choosing 10 at random from these golden envelopes. I have absolutely no idea what languages are going to come up, but there's going to be 10, one at a time, and the goal is to get to the first chest here in each of those 10 languages as fast as I can. Disclaimers, me and my co-commentators might make comments about these languages. We do not know really what we're talking about. Don't rely on us for any legit information. Fact check everything. Do not rely on me for accurate pronunciation, so on and so forth. I will try not to hover over the words for help, but if I get an exercise that I really am stuck on, then I might do that once or twice. But I think it should be okay. Okay, so if we're good to go, let's get the first language ready.
Yeah, Trasha, you want to do the honors?
Yes.
And as soon as I hear what that language is, I'm going to add the pause and go. It's not going to be Klingon.
Them too tightly.
They're so stacked. Oh my god.
We sealed them too tightly.
And the first language is Finnish.
Great.
All right.
Okay, Finnish. Finnish being at the beginning, that's kind of strange, isn't it? Minna.
All reverse.
Minä olen.
I am.
Roosa.
Roos.
Roosa. Minä. Minä. Olen. Olen. Otso.
Oh, I
Otso.
actually don't hear the
Joni.
game. Well, it's fine. Not to
Joni.
hear the game, to be
Minä
honest.
olen Elsa.
That would just distract me more.
Minä olen Otso.
Yeah. As we already mentioned, Trasha and I don't actually know that much about other languages, except for the few that
Minä
we speak,
olen.
Yes, which are not Finnish.
which are indeed not Finnish. From what I gather,
Thank you, everyone.
But if any of you in the chat know Finnish or want to guess along the way, feel free to try. I don't know if you can keep up with Congruence, though.
yeah,
That's going to happen a lot, by the way, everyone.
Kiitos, Pyry.
Oh, what am I doing?
to be honest, even when I watch him do German, which is my native language, I sometimes he's tapping it faster than I am.
Yes,
I think he's
you
just
can't-
done the exercises so much that he's really quick at most of
Sinä
them.
olet Elsa.
You are.
Sinä olet Joni. Kiitos, Otso.
Thank you, Otso.
Tyyne.
Let's get this right this time.
Tyyni.
Ooh,
Tieni. Tyyne.
they all sound so
Yes.
similar. Finnish is very interesting with the pronunciation. There's quite a lot of vowels going on there.
Oh yeah, it is.
Kuka.
Like the telltale sign of Finnish. It's a lot of vowels, and they like half of them are doubled up.
Mukava.
Oh,
Aino.
Yeah.
Aino.
I kind of want to say
Anteeksi.
I kind of want to say
Päivä.
facts about the languages, but also I'm not
Päivä.
sure I'm actually
Mukava.
correct. We had a disclaimer beforehand. It's fine.
Sinä olet
So
mukava.
as I
Keep
understand
it
it,
simple.
even though Finnish is like close to all the Scandinavian countries, it's
Tyyni,
not
sinä
actually a
olet mukava.
Scandinavian language.
yes, which is why it's causing me a bit of problems.
Yeah, it is very different from the Scandinavian languages.
Anteeksi.
So yeah, untexy for my performance so far, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that means excuse me.
It means
I'm
sorry.
I was looking at the screen, so I'm assuming so from context.
Mukava.
Context is usually very helpful when learning language.
Yes.
But yeah, if I remember correctly, the closest related language to Finnish is
Mukava.
Estonian.
That's what I was
Yes.
thinking as well, yeah.
Pyry.
I think that's right.
I want to say,
Otso.
Sinä olet
don't quote
Otso.
me on that, but feel free to look it up.
Kiitos, Otso.
We won't be able to correct me, but
Sinä olet.
yeah.
Terve. Minä olen Otso.
Kuka sinä olet? Minä olen Aino. Sinä.
Honestly, though, Finnish is not
Kuka
not
sinä
a
olet?
bad
Minä
first
olen
language. There's
No, it's
definitely a
not.
few that
Aino.
would congruence
Oh.
here.
No. There are no bad languages, but
Minä
Oh no,
It's,
no, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that there's a few languages that Congruence is pretty decent at by now,
Yes.
and then there's a few that
okay,
that he's
that's
still
halfway to
struggling
the
with.
chest. Yeah, I think that's just and actually, yeah.
Which is so funny because for a lot of the other Scandinavian languages, yeah,
Yeah,
or
it's
yeah
yeah,
is
it's
yeah.
hilarious.
Or
Yeah.
yes, you know, in German as well. But
Anna,
Exactly, it is.
Matti,
Yeah. Also, since I just spoke about like how good it is when the languages come up just
Tervetuloa.
for the sake of speed.
Tervetuloa Liisa.
There's also quite a lot of variation in the length of the
Tervetuloa.
actual courses.
Terve ja
If I remember
tervetuloa.
correctly, Romanian
Onnea
has a
Tyyne.
very, very long first course. So if that comes up, you're all gonna be in for a treat.
No,
Yeah, I'm not sure if we
No,
explicitly
kiitos.
mentioned
No,
this, but you can see
No,
the
tervetuloa.
progress map showing up every now and then when Congruence is selecting
Hauska.
the next course. We're actually playing,
Kippis.
or Congruence is actually going until
Hauska.
he opens the first chest
Hauska.
in
Paljon.
each one of these languages.
Paljon.
Sinä olet mukava ja hauska.
Nice and funny.
Kippis.
yeah.
Hippis, was that? That's I've forgotten what that was now. Oh,
Matti, sinä olet hauska.
funny.
Paljon onnea.
Congratulations. I think that's just congratulations.
I
Yeah.
just
Paljon
misread that
onnea,
as Congruence.
Aino.
My brain is tainted.
All of the words are congruence in here.
It's all
Oh
congruent.
yeah, I can see what you mean.
I mean, they are all congruent, right?
Yes.
Tervetuloa Kippis.
Similar looking languages.
Hauska.
Kippis.
Actually, how close are we getting
Yes,
to
let's
the...
go.
Yeah, get the next language
Okay,
ready,
so
but do
review-
not tell me. Do not
So
tell me.
we will pick out the next language,
Hauska.
but we won't tell Congruence yet.
Ja. Matti. Matti.
Do not
Paljon
distract
onnea.
him too much, and also to keep it a surprise.
No, terve.
That was a satisfying.
It was. It should have been all the
What
way
was
through
that?
though.
Kippis ja paljon
Can't have
onnea.
everything. This way we get two of them.
Paljon onnea.
Okay.
Tervetuloa Jee.
What's happening here?
Jee. Tervetuloa Kippis.
Kippis ja paljon onnea. Paljon onnea.
Yeah. By the way, if
Paljon
you
onnea.
if you decide to speedrun this, like in some languages, there's a ridiculously long pause between the parts of the sentence. So that's Finnish done. Finnish is now finished. What's the next? What's the next one, guys?
The next language we got coming up is Navajo.
Oh,
Take it away.
this isn't happening. This is.
It is.
This
it
is
fine.
the
You got
hardest one currently for me. This
You got
is-
this.
I do not.
So
got
yeah,
this.
Navajo is
I do not get. I do not
Navajo
have this
is
at
like-
all. At all.
a difficult language for multiple reasons. For one, it is not very closely related with most of the other languages. I think with any of the other languages in the list here. Certainly not with any languages that Congruence is familiar with. So all the words are just sound effectively random. They are of course not, but they are so dissimilar from the languages we know that there's like no previous information to draw from.
Exactly. There's like nothing. It's hard to like try
Yeah,
to
there's
deduct a
nothing.
pattern out of this. Like if you don't
Yeah.
speak this natively.
And just wait till we get to the family members section.
Oh, that's one. I'm looking
I'm
forward
really-
to it, honestly.
Well, you might be, but I'm certainly not. I think that's what it's.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Navajo is a Native American language. And I believe the Navajo region was in near current New Mexico, but don't quote me on that either. I tried to like get all the information straight in my head about all these languages, but I'm not as good as memorization as Congruence is, which is why he is doing the run, and I'm just sitting
Yes.
here trying to talk coherently in English. Which is difficult enough, okay? It's my second language, so cut me some slack.
Right. Okay. We can get through this. I'm sure it's possible. Yeah. This is a bit interesting. This I'm going to shiprock thing.
Yeah, you guys might be wondering, oh, he's going so fast through these exercises. What was he worried about? Don't you worry. We're getting to it as soon as he hits that second star. I believe it's gonna pick up.
Yes,
a
it
bit.
really is.
Also, for those of you wondering what Shiprock is, it is apparently a mountain in the Navajo area. Probably a rather famous one if it was picked out specifically. But honestly, I didn't look that much more into it. We just were wondering what is Shiprock. And
I had to wait to the end there because there could have been more.
oh yeah, also Navajo. What makes it extra difficult is that for some reason when they created the course, the audio recordings, they didn't trim some of them, so they have like long gaps.
Here we go. This is where it starts to get silly.
Oh.
Nothing wrong so far, but
Yeah, so Navajo has a lot of different words for family members. They distinguish anything you could possibly imagine. They don't just have a word for grandmother. They have a word for my father's mother and my mother's mother, and they distinguish between those two. Same for grandfather. Same for uncles and aunts, I believe. For siblings, they do something similar to Japanese, where they have older brother and younger brother,
so here we go.
as well as older sister and younger sister. So there's just a lot of words just to keep in the back of your mind when you're doing these exercises, even though not all of them might come up, but most of them probably will. And as far as I remember, there was no
oh my god, no way.
there was no obvious link between them. So just because two words are like logically closely related, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're grammatically closely related.
Okay, we're getting through this.
Yes.
This is the hardest one now for me. So it's good. Yes, just look at the picture if in doubt. Was it maternal or it was maternal? Yeah. Oh, here we go. I think this is. That has to be that. A younger.
That is so wild. Even though I'm sitting right here and I can see everything that he's doing, I'm not picking up on like all of these words because there's just a lot.
Oh no, which one was it?
Yeah.
I think you can kind of cheese this and just say grandmother. Actually, I don't like doing that, but I actually just want to get through this. Although I am at a speedrunning event, so
This
actually
is
maybe
a
I can do
speedrun after all.
It is okay to go
We
fast.
are usually more concerned with
I thought
speed
big
than
was
with
he has.
accuracy.
Exactly.
I don't even know what they're. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually just cheating to get faster.
Oh, come on! No, and then I can't do that. It's ridiculous.
That's the punishment for your sin. At least something positive about Navajo. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it in English properly. Something positive about it is at least it has a Romanization system that is used here, which means that it's using
I don't understand what sentences.
Roman letters
Oh, does she have a? Oh, of course. Yeah.
mostly, along with some diacritics,
I should have looked at what that was, shouldn't I?
which means that at least it's probably relatively easy for Congruence to actually distinguish the words, whereas with some other of the languages we have, specifically Hebrew, it uses a different writing system. The Hebrew, I think it's Hebrew. Oh, I might be wrong on that, and the writing system is not called Hebrew. I'm sorry if it isn't, but yeah, it has a completely different writing system. So his prior
Okay, at this point, I'm just going to like.
with the
honestly,
alphabet wouldn't help him
my
there.
grandmother has an uncle. Okay, right. This is getting silly now.
You're doing fine. Look at that progress bar. It is. It is going.
My brother?
I think we're almost at the review too.
What is this? What?
I don't know. You're the language
Does she have a younger brother?
expert
Okay.
here.
She have a younger brother. Okay. Already forgotten what this was. My maternal grandmother has. Oh my! It's just family members. Paternal grandmother has an uncle.
That is the difficult one.
PGU. There you go. I'm just going to remember that one like that. Does she have a younger brother? Okay. PGU. My.
Back on track, just like that.
Why did this one have to come up?
All right. I believe we have the review now, correct? I think I saw review on there.
Seems like it, yeah.
We'll pick up the
Do
next
you wanna?
language. Oh yeah, sure. I'll pick up.
I think it's your turn.
All right. Let's go with this one. That looks.
And I can blame you if it's something he doesn't want to have.
I mean, I could pick out the second worst one. Again, not. I don't dislike the languages or anything. It's just for the sake of speed, it would be the second worst one. We want to be very clear here.
Yeah, it comes about. It's all about.
Oh, actually, this is a terrible language. I changed.
Oh,
horrible.
You know what? No.
Right. Is that it? Oh, that was. And then the chest is open, so we can add the next
So
language.
yeah, Congruence, I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but the next language is German.
Oh, 9.
Oh mein Gott.
Oh. Okay. I'm glad this is German compared to what I've just gone through.
Yeah. For those of you who didn't catch it earlier, I am German, hence the joke. But yeah, German is. The grammar isn't necessarily simple, but the individual words are way more closely related to English. And I believe some audience members making fun of the pronunciation, which I agree with. It is a bit exaggerated, but
Yes.
probably good if you're trying to learn the language.
German is incredibly close to English because they're both West Germanic languages. So,
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of words that are like very, very similar. And then the other half of the word is very dissimilar because English took those words from French usually rather than going with the Germanic word.
Danke.
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 Is it a good time to come in with a donation?
absolutely. This
Oh,
is a
yeah.
great time because I think I'm okay with this one.
Perfect. We have a bunch of donations. The first one being a $10 donation by Ang. Thank you very much. Then a $15 donation by Len Tokone saying Torille. And also an anonymous $50 donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, Congruence.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for your donations, everybody.
So, Lini, you're German. Can you like just whip out a really insanely long German word just to show off your skills?
I really. Why are you putting me on the spot like this? Couldn't you
I'm so
have prepared
sorry,
me?
but you
What-
know, just
Imagine
some
being put in
compound
the
word.
spot and expected to know some German.
Look, you knew what you were getting yourself into. I think we had a really long one that's hence been discontinued because the appropriate law no longer holds. But I believe it was Rindfleischüberwachungsetikettierungsgesetz. I think I'm missing some parts in there. It might have been longer. I'm not sure if Oranea can maybe help me out with that one.
Yes, it was a Rindfleischetikettierungs-, Auftrags- und Übertragungsgesetz.
There you
Oh
go.
my
I missed
God.
the part.
Did you hear that, everybody?
For those of you wondering, that word was referring to a particular law. German has this property where you can just merge nouns together, if they are part of the same
Mutter.
logical concept, you usually merge them together into one word, which is where German gets its super long words from. There aren't actually any words that are that long
Ein Vater und eine Mutter.
individually.
Vater
They
und
usually
Mutter.
consist of a lot of
Eine Mutter, ein
different words
Vater.
that are glued together with like one or two extra letters
Ich bin Julia.
to
Ja, ich bin Lukas.
imply the relation between the two
Ich
words.
bin Lukas.
Hallo, ich bin Anna.
And I don't think that the
Ein
entry-level
Vater.
course
Ein
has
Vater,
any
eine
of
Mutter.
those
Bummer.
agglutinative
Ich bin
words.
Maximal.
At least I haven't seen any so far. But I haven't been paying super close attention. Trying not to get distracted. If I look too closely at this, I'm just suddenly going to start speaking German. Which,
We are seeing
mean-
as well some of the first
Mein Mann.
speaking exercises as well, which is
Mein
good.
Bruder.
yeah. German has a lot of speaking exercises, if I remember correctly.
Bruder.
So
Mein
after this
Vater
run,
und
we're
mein
going to be
Bruder.
expecting all of you to be able to at least introduce yourself in German. We've had it a
Mein
few times
Bruder
now.
und mein
Yeah,
Mann.
exactly.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mein Bruder.
And in Navajo
mein
as well.
Mann.
Yes,
And of course in
definitely.
Finnish.
Do you remember how to introduce yourself in Navajo?
Shut up.
Meine Mutter und meine Schwester.
Meine Schwester und mein Mann. Schwester und Mann.
Mein Mann.
Mein Mann und meine Mutter.
I love when he's doing these matching exercises where they say the native word on the right hand side and he's tapping them so fast that you just hear like a cacophony of words
Yes, indeed.
blasted at you.
Yep.
Doesn't even make any sense.
Mein Sohn, meine Mutter.
I don't know why they didn't put like
Sohn.
combining word.
Meine Tochter. Mein Vater.
That's for the later levels.
Yeah.
Okay, because and is such a complicated word.
Yeah, not all languages on here are made
Mein
equally. Oh,
Sohn.
meine Tochter, mein Sohn. I
Du
think
bist mein Vater.
I'm going to have to drink some more water before carrying on.
To be fair,
Um,
German actually has three
Du bist mein
steps.
Bruder.
German actually has three steps before we get to the chest, so you're all
Meine
in
Frau,
for a
mein
bit
Sohn.
more German after this.
Mein.
Because I believe we're
Sohn.
only on step 2,
Du
which
bist
usually would
Du
be
bist
the
meine
last one.
Mutter.
Meine Frau, meine Tochter.
Frau, meine Tochter.
Du bist Frau.
I'm sorry, but it's just
What's going on
really
behind me?
funny. The spacing between those words just makes it sound so awkward.
Ich bin sehr nett.
Oh, that's something you
Oh,
should definitely.
yes, yes.
I am very nice. It's
Oh
just
yeah, that's
something you just
What
say
you
when
wanna-
you're particularly humble.
on your
Du bist
first trip.
nett.
On your first trip to Germany, just introduce
Mein Mann.
yourself
Yeah,
like
I mean, it's basically my second name.
that.
Klug. Brut. Mein Vater ist groß und nett. Vater ist groß.
It's so funny, like,
Such a
Gross.
such a generic description
Oh
of
my
your
God.
father.
wait, hang on.
You don't need to know
I
what
need
he
to pay more
looks like.
attention.
Just
Mein Bruder ist sehr groß.
I mean, my brother actually is
well, so is mine. He's taller than me, so you know.
like 190.
Groß und nett.
Ich bin.
Oh, I can't get Norwegian out of my head right
We
now.
had this
It's so
before.
horrible.
Didn't we just have this?
Yeah, we did. Not all the courses are created
You
equally
got
on
it
this land.
more quickly the first time. How did that happen?
Meine Mutter ist nett und groß. Mutter ist nett und
You just have large parents. All of your family members.
They're
large.
giants.
Apparently, or maybe we just haven't learned the word for small yet. Which, by the way, is klein.
Klein.
For any of you
meine
wondering,
Schwester und mein Vater.
Maybe we'll see it a little bit later.
Mein Vater.
or maybe we
Du
will.
bist sehr
Du bist sehr groß.
Oh, now it's
Wow.
gone to very long.
Wow.
Okay.
Mutter. Ein Vater.
Mein Bruder.
Mein Bruder ist sehr groß.
Mein
Meine Bruder, meine Schwester. They actually picked up that I didn't get that right as well.
Yeah, it was.
Ein
Should have
Vater.
been mein Bruder, not meine Bruder.
Also, that's that. I think the V's are pronounced like F's, so I'm sorry I'm doing that every time. It must be
actually
really
depends
grating
the
on your
word.
ears, Leamy. I'm so
In
sorry
German,
about this.
V's are like sometimes
Bitte.
F and sometimes
Hallo.
the,
Und
which is
Kaffee, bitte.
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, my guess is probably going to be better because I know the words, but like,
Milch.
But you haven't been taught like the rule behind it. Like, why do we
nah,
say it?
I wouldn't know.
It's just yeah.
Hallo.
That's kind
Kaffee
of the
und
curse
Milch,
when you're like a
bitte.
native speaker. A lot of the times there may be a rule for like
Milch und
pronunciation or
Kaffee,
something like
bitte.
that, but you just never learned it because you knew
bitte.
all the words before it was
Kaffee und
relevant
Milch.
to you. I mean, maybe I was even taught that
Ka-
rule
und
because, but
Milch,
like, why
bitte.
would I bother to remember
Yeah.
it if I know
you
the
just
words
speak it.
already? Yeah.
It does. It's very lenient when it comes to accents and things. Oh, hang on, I should pay attention.
Very lenient is an understatement.
Kaffee.
It just
Wein
it's
und
just like, yeah,
Wasser,
fine,
bitte.
you got it correctly, even if you just leave
It's
out
Tea.
one thing
diacritics.
I wish actually with Duolingo is that there was an option to like make it that it had to be 100% correct.
Wasser
Yeah,
und
I agree
Brot,
that
So you could
bitte.
so you actually get your spelling like sharp.
They do
Danke.
offer you buttons for all of
They
the
do.
diacritics
Brot.
under the text box. So even if your
und
keyboard
Wasser,
doesn't support it, it's still relatively easy to
bitte.
enter them.
Danke.
And in a lot of languages, diacritics make a very big difference to
Wahr.
both meaning and pronunciation.
Was und
So
Tee.
I also feel like it's kind of a
Bitte.
mistake to
Brot
accept
und Wasser,
something as
bitte.
correct when you're missing the diacritics.
Kaffee.
There's several languages that actually consider the letters with diacritics above them or below them or to the side, wherever the diacritic may be, completely different letters. German is one such language where the A with 2 dots above it is actually called Ä. We have U with 2 dots, which
Kaffee.
is called Ü.
Und-
And then
Those
O.
dots are called umlaut, right?
No, the dots themselves.
Hallo.
Actually, in German, we
Ja.
don't call the dots umlaut. We just
Hallo
call
und
those
tschüss.
3 letters collectively
Ja, danke.
Umlaute.
Bier
Umlaute.
oder Wasser.
Yeah, the 2 dots.
Ja oder nein?
There's actually
nein.
there's also 2
Tschüss.
dots in French, which I believe is called diaresis.
Ja.
I mean, in the linguistic concept is called diaresis. It might be called something else in French. Apparently, it's called trema in
Yeah.
French. But that's actually a separate concept. Thank you for agreeing with me. But that's actually a separate concept because
Bier, bitte.
the 2 dots in French mean
Bier
that the
oder Wein.
letter is pronounced separately. It doesn't actually change, like it doesn't actually make the individual letter be pronounced any differently. Whereas in
oder
German, the pronunciation is completely
E.
different. Yeah. Congruence is on the next review exercise, so we're
Oder nein.
picking out the next language.
Yeah, pick up
Just
the next one, but don't tell me.
Bitte.
Of course we won't.
Tee und Wein, bitte.
Is it a good time for a donation?
Wasser.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe we should wait until after the
Yeah, it's got a
end of
Tschüss.
the review.
Wein und Kaffee. Bitte. Milch, bitte.
Milch, bitte.
Nein, danke. Tschüss.
Oh wow, that was really aggressive. Somebody was really fed up there.
No, thank you.
Okay, I think let's wait to open the chest and then next one.
All right, your next language is Greek.
Woohoo! Yes!
Whoop, and I dropped it. That's fine.
I'm so happy about this now.
All right,
Um,
I believe we are ready for some donations now.
Yes, we are,
Go ahead,
yes.
Orenia.
Perfect,
you, Lily.
thank you. We have a $50 donation from our very own Paulist over there, saying,
Just in time.
yeah, perfectly, our resident Greek here, saying, what a fascinating showcase, but it couldn't be more fascinating than our Lord and Savior Duo the Owl,
Yes.
protector of streaks, purveyor of memes, and vanquisher of deserters of streaks. Glory to Duo! And we have another $10 donation by Jippy6 that is going towards the Finnish crowd, saying, I speak only my native and bad English, so, and I'm saying sorry now for the pronunciation of the Finnish here, huomenta vaan kaikille kansepelagilileni.
I hear some laughter in the background. So I think that's good.
I'm not sure what that said, but thank you for your donation.
One thing, I actually can't talk while doing this. It's really annoying. Because I do want to talk about the language for a bit.
Can just hear the lag in your voice whenever you
Yeah, I
focus.
know.
You're touching a button.
Ναι.
Ne means yes, by the
Ναι.
way,
Ναι. Ναι, το νερό.
which is really confusing because you think it's going to mean no, and it doesn't. And
Το
then
mini market.
the character that looks like a V is pronounced, I think, like a B, and so on.
Yes.
So-
Finnish, one of those languages that does not use the alphabet.
Φάνα. Το νερό.
It does not use the alphabet.
Βάρτο.
It's, what?
Και
It is called the alphabet.
That is true, but I'm
What,
sorry.
what did you say? I feel like I'm getting targeted here.
No,
for
no, no,
something
not,
that-
You're
not at
getting
all. Not
tired.
at all. It was just,
Me.
it's a different alphabet.
Το.
Yes. I mean, it is still an alphabet.
It is, yeah.
Yes. So
Zé.
maybe the phrasing was a bit poor, but I mean,
Ζω.
come on.
Ζω.
It's all in good fun.
Ζι.
Is it?
Ζι. Ζι.
I think it is.
Μη.
Oh, you think so? Well, that's
Yes.
fun then.
Μη. Μη.
Uh,
Το.
toros,
Ροζ.
carrot.
Καρότ.
Which, you know,
Sorry.
you see pink carrots all the time.
I,
all the time.
I mean, I get those daily.
I think I have some in my room, actually.
Ah, you mind sharing?
Are you allergic?
Ζω. Βι.
I don't think so.
Okay, you can have a pink carrot.
Cool.
Βι.
Looking
Βι.
forward to that.
Βι. 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 Βα.
Oh, this is
Βα. Βα.
this is just sound exercises, which is probably good if you're coming
Vi.
from
Vi.
English to actually familiarize yourself with the
Va.
proper pronunciation of these.
Yeah.
Βα.
I'm sure there's no
To-
exceptions
to
at all,
avocado.
and all of these
Va.
letters are always pronounced the same, no matter the
Ooh, here we
context.
go.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
confident.
that they probably follow, you know, a rule set
Nero.
very
Yeah.
strictly.
No language would be crazy enough to have like the
No.
pronunciation of
Rose.
letters
Vaso.
changed just because they're a different word.
Are we halfway through Greek? I think we are.
Especially not English.
No, not,
English
not
would
quite,
never
not
do that
quite
to you.
there.
Να να.
But I think it's very nice how they, for like the languages where they have a different
Mixer.
alphabet, how they start out in
Ne.
many of these courses
Ne.
with like introducing you to some of the
Zi.
sounds or either the
Zi.
alphabet. So
Zi.
you have a way
Ne.
of learning
Ne.
it very,
Mi.
you know, very
Yeah.
calmly
Είναι
before
νερό
you're
και
thrown
καρότο.
into a lot of
Yeah.
full-on sentences like this.
If you learn a language, it actually helps. Like, even if there is no speaking exercise, this is like genuine
Ne.
advice from me, by
Ne.
the way. It helps to still say out loud the things that you're writing. Just to
always-
familiarize yourself with
Pro.
the way the language sounds. And if you're trying to do
Πώς.
that,
Πώς.
it
Πώς.
definitely helps to be told
Ne.
how to pronounce
Ne.
all the letters first, because
Ne.
otherwise it's kind of hard to
Sno.
pronounce
Pro.
them.
Να.
At best, the best I could do for
Sno.
most of these is
Sno.
just pronounce them as if they were
Με. Με.
uh,
Με. Ναι. Το βίντεο.
Roman. No, they aren't called. Not Roman numerals.
Που ζω.
Oh,
Με.
they're called.
Σνακ.
Yeah, Roman letters.
Αυτός. Κάνει.
Yeah, I think it's either
Uso.
Roman or Latin.
My brain is
Okay, this is going okay.
whatever. But yeah, that's the best I could do for most of
Sio.
them, except for the few where I happen to know
Σίο. Σίο. Σι.
what they
Σίο.
are, because most of them are also used in
Sti.
math. So you
Ναι. Ρι.
kind of remember the names
Sin.
for them, and then I
Sin.
could guess what they're
Ste.
pronounced. But I mean, I would do a terrible job. So
Συν. Σίο. Στε. Ρι.
No, but just generally speaking, I think it's a very good idea to try just mimicking the sounds and try to sound out all of these words when you start learning. Just, you
Yeah.
know,
Στο.
sound it all out.
Σουσάνα.
yeah, I mean,
Μουσί.
that's how all of us start learning our very
That's
first
true.
language. To be honest, when you're
Alright.
a baby, that's all you do. You just repeat
Σκο.
and repeat and repeat what you hear from
Ους.
others.
Ζω. Μη.
Look at the speed.
Σκο. Σκο.
And that's also
Σκο.
something
Σκο.
that kind of
Σκο.
bothers me
Ους.
when you're learning a
Ους.
language.
Ους.
Like, a lot of people have this
Ους.
tendency
Σκο.
where when you're
Ζι.
mispronouncing something, they will
Κους.
try to
Κους.
actively correct you.
Τότος.
But most
Τότος και
people
το
don't do
νερό.
that all the time with
Και.
babies.
Το
Not to
νερό.
compare all of you to
Σουσάνα.
babies, but I'm trying to get to a point here, and that is
Κουσκούς.
actually people are pretty good at
Αυτός.
picking up the
Κάνει.
difference between what they said
Κουσκούς.
and what somebody else said. So if you just repeat what they said back to them, but with correct pronunciation,
Okay, get the next language
they
ready,
are very
folks.
likely to
Do you want to go ahead?
fix
I
the
think-
mistake by
I think
themselves.
we're going to be
And that way you don't have to
within-
be you don't have to make them feel inadequate.
Αυτός κάνει βίντεο.
Ooh, I can feel this. This is going to be a good one.
Στε.
Please don't say
Στε.
that.
Είναι στο μουσείο.
Oh, we haven't opened it yet.
No, no, no. It is at.
But it has a certain aura.
Σκο.
Yeah,
Σκο.
Oh, it
Νερό
certainly
στο
does.
κουσκούς.
it does.
Water in the couscous.
Το τόστ και το καρότο. Το
Το καρό.
καρότο. Είναι το μουσείο.
It is the museum. Yeah.
Το σινεμά στο μουσείο. Μουσί. Στο.
happened to my...
Το σινεμά στο μουσείο. Μουσείο. Το τοστ και το νερό. Το νερό. Το μουσείο δίσκο. Μουσείο. Δίσκο.
Right, just need to wait till the chest's open and then language 4, is it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Our next language is Zulu.
Oh, interesting. What? Whoa, is there something I don't know yet?
I'm not sure whether that was admiration from the crowd.
I
or-
think it was admiration. I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume, or not assume, but guess that we do not have a lot of Zulu native speakers here at ESA.
Okay, this is really quiet. This isn't... hang on. Yeah, some of these...
They didn't normalize their sound properly.
Is it a good time for a donation?
It is, yes,
sure.
yeah.
Perfect. We got a $10 donation by our very own Jesper, or Opati Jesper, saying, I knew you had a thing for languages, but this is just lovely, Matt. I'm still at the point where I think the emote says, my hand is tortilla when we play Jubeat. Here, have a donation to gain some more jubility during the event. I wish I could join you guys this year. Hopefully I can swing by for a day or so.
That
Be
will
the
be
best
awesome,
you
yeah.
can, heart emoji. Thank you very much, Jesper.
Thank you, Jesper.
Unjan. Unjani mama.
So yeah, Zulu, one of I believe 2 African language. Is there a second one?
Giapila mama.
Yeah, one of 2 African languages we have in the roster.
Yeah, I think it is.
As such, it is
Unjan.
also very different from Indo-European languages, but it's not nearly as brutal as Navajo was.
No.
Mkuu.
I've just got to now remember that nothing's going to be as hard as that, hopefully.
Not s-
Ngosaza.
which one fits better? It's all downhill or it's all uphill from here? Both kind of sound wrong.
Salagashi.
So is it just straightforward?
Yeah, I guess it's straight.
Geradeaus?
Yeah, it's geradeaus.
Salagashi.
That's the least wrong sounding. So
Just go well and stay well.
Salagashi.
Yeah.
And I don't...
Gashi.
I don't know what the difference in this language is between go well and stay well. To me, they kind of seem very similar.
honestly, though, a lot of African languages are very pleasant sounding, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
But that's most languages. There's a few that I can't get the hang of. There's also one language that sadly isn't ready on Duolingo yet. I believe I'm gonna butcher this, but it's Mosa.
Ooh, that
think
sounds
I got
very good.
close to the right pronunciation there, but yeah, it's sadly still in development in Duolingo, so we can't actually physically do a course for it yet, even though it's already showing up on the page.
Just wait patiently.
Yes.
Or impatient.
Otherwise, we would have loved to have it in here, just
Yeah.
to hopefully have a few speaking exercises in there, just to
Oh yeah.
see how good Congruence is at
Sawubona.
clicks.
Unjani, baba? Yebo, ngiyaphila.
Salagashi. Mkulu.
Sala kahle, nkosazana.
I like how the speakers they have for Zulu are like nice and pleasant sounding.
They're
and
very pleasant.
For German, they just had one guy who just did not want to be there. And
He
just
did
wanted
not
to
want to
leave.
be there. He was so over it.
Ipasta.
The food items are interesting. It just seems a lot of the time to just be I in front of the English word for food. The food. It's
Yebo, yogurt.
so yogurts.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Ngithanda iti.
a lot of the food items are relatively simple.
Is it this? Tea. All that for tea.
But yeah, I wonder how that could be that they have
Sawubona.
English sounding words for
Ngithanda ipasta.
foods. You can come up with any reason for that. I don't know how that could happen.
Ngithanda ipizza.
They must
Yebo,
just
ngithanda
like
ipizza.
English a whole lot. Probably. do.
Yeah. Should we get ready for the next one, or maybe have a donation?
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about this.
Yeah.
anymore.
You know what? I think we're ready for a donation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go
please.
for a donation. I think.
That sounds really good to me. We have a $50 donation by Murtak saying, "You're smashing it, Congruence, a true prophet of the owl."
Thank you, Matak.
Thank you very much, Murtak. And we got a $5 donation by Drigong saying, "Why does the reward sound like the sound that plays in Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction when you get when you get a gold bolt? I guess Duo really is a gamer. Anyway, good luck with the run and much love from me and Yato in the crowd." Thank you very much, you two. And those two donations went towards the various incentives that we have. So remember, when you donate towards Alzheimer Fund, you can always put your donations towards an incentive. Thank you very much. Back to you, Congruence.
Thank you very much.
I think that was a lovely reminder for all of us to do our daily Duolingo.
Do it. Do it.
You better.
Yes,
Or
don't
the
lose
owl
the
will
streak.
come for you.
Yes, and take your kids.
I think we're going. Weren't we close to the review here?
Isinkwa noma ipizza.
We'll
think
just
you'll-
pick up the next
Yeah, I'll
language.
prepare for
I
the
think
next
you're
one.
grossly overestimating my ability.
Uphuza. Ikofi. Isinkwa noma ipizza.
But yes, I think this is the last. Is this the review? No, it's not. There's quite a bit more yet.
Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself.
You are.
We're just so excited.
Yeah. Well, this is pleasant to listen to.
So this is going to be 50-50.
Uphuza itiye. Uthanda itiye.
I mean, I was speaking earlier about how
Uthanda ujuice.
it's nice when languages have
Sisi.
a romanization system like this,
Uphuza ujuice.
but at the same time, usually they don't use
Yebo.
the letters to be pronounced to mean the same sounds as they would have in
Uthanda
English.
ujuice.
So it can still be kind of tricky because you'll see a word that looks like something you're familiar with,
Yebo.
and then you'll just default to your
Uthanda.
native pronunciation of those letters, which is usually wrong.
Okay, 2 more and then we're done with this.
Ipa. Ipa.
Ipapa.
Ushokoledi. Umbila. Udla umdokwe.
Honestly, we didn't have too many speaking exercises so
No.
far. It's kind of a
It
shame.
was just the German one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
That is.
Udla
I
ipizza.
kind of
hope the next language brings us some
Ngidla ipizza.
Yeah.
speaking exercises.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed in Duolingo here. Not
A
just,
keyword, kinda.
I mean, not just in the sense that I would like to hear Congruent speak, just also because actually speaking the language out loud, as I said earlier, helps a whole lot with learning the
I
language.
mean, we should get at least 3 speaking ones just on probability. So hopefully we do.
We all know that probability never works.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
practice.
yeah.
Yebo ngithanda.
I mean, what was our first language again?
ipizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stop. No, second language. Second
Ah,
language.
you're right.
Yeah.
What was the first one again? Now
Finnish.
Oh yeah.
We began with
We
Finnish.
finished with.
I've forgotten what to like is now. There it is.
Am I distracting you?
Umbila. Udla umbila. Yebo uthanda ushukela.
Udla ipapa. Uthanda umbila.
Uphuza itiye. Ngidla iyogurt. Yogurt.
Really?
Ngidla iyogurt.
That didn't match the pronunciation. That was so strange. Was it just me, or was that like different when I clicked on it? Oh, we're actually
But
finished.
you got it.
Okay. Is this the 4th or 5th one now?
I believe it's the 5th.
5th, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you ready for Latin?
Yes, I am. Lingua Latina. I genuinely, this is probably my 3rd language. I shouldn't have said that. Oh no.
You can only.
I'm very interested.
Oh yeah,
in
it's
this
in
language.
fact our 6th language, going by the number of empty envelopes we have here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ego sum livia.
Someone needs to keep count because I'm not.
Ego sum fem.
I'm just clicking buttons.
Look, yeah, you're not here to count. You're here to speak and listen.
Corina est puella.
That's a very deliberate pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yes,
she's
the,
really enunciating every
It's
word.
very enunciated.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's no speaking exercises. It's annoying.
But I feel like that kind of makes sense for Latin. It's not a lot of people speaking it.
You might come across one or two
Yeah,
if
so
you happen to find a time machine.
Yeah, or in the afterlife.
Vir dormit.
sleeping. So Latin's very interesting because you might see that you've heard of words that sound in English like Latin. So dormit is related to like dormitory and so on and so forth, and it's really interesting to study. And Latin is
Puella non est femina.
yeah, kind of.
Femina
Ooh.
non sum,
Yeah.
said wir.
Oh,
A lot of Romance languages
yes. I
obviously are
was about to say it, Liam.
closely related to Latin. And English, although it isn't a Romance language, has a lot of influence from French. Maybe not modern French, but like the older French. I don't know what older French would be called.
Tu es puer.
Probably still French. So it has a lot of words that are derived
Yes.
indirectly from Latin.
Uh,
In some cases, maybe even directly, because a lot of people in a few centuries ago still used Latin a lot if they wanted to sound posh.
Yeah, nowadays Latin is mostly used by doctors, I guess, for like.
I mean,
Different-
historians probably as well.
Oh yeah, maybe that as well.
They're looking at the right period at least.
Ego domi sum.
Honestly, I don't understand why doctors use it. It's like,
I think. Well, that depends on where you're from, I guess. But like
Femina
for like
studet.
anatomical purposes.
I mean, there's words for most parts of the body in like every language.
In every language, that is true. But
So, I mean, I guess it is.
Puella
It is a way of internationalizing
yeah,
it,
quis est
but
in urbe.
I feel like picking a language no one speaks is like
Studet.
only very slightly better than just picking any any actual language at random.
but that's exactly what we're doing.
That is
Picking
what
them
we're
at
doing.
random.
We are.
Domi sum.
We are not
Ego
quite picking
domi
from
sum. I'm at
the
home.
entire pool of available languages.
So you might see there scribit, that's like scribes and so on and so forth, that's writing, and it's just, yeah. I mean, I find it interesting,
Tu
but,
es
you know.
pater.
The father? I don't know.
Pater non
All right. Well, we're
dormit.
all admiring Congruence's Latin skills. Why don't we go to another donation?
Yes, good idea. Because I actually can't look at that.
We got you.
Thank you very much. We have a $5 donation by Link Boss, who is donating on my behalf, saying Romanes eunt domus. Thank you very much, Link Boss.
Pater studet.
Yes, very good. Romans go home.
Oh,
Love that
is not-
reference. That's made me chuckle now. I have to stop thinking about that skit. Yeah. Very good.
Pater domi dormit.
Brothers is sleeping. Oh man. Soror in urbe est
Est
mater
mater domi est
mates scribit et frater domi dormit. It's also a very compact, concise language, which, I don't know, it's personal taste, but I kind of prefer languages like that.
Ego domi sum.
Can express a lot in few letters and characters.
You're not a big fan of German.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, you did just imply that.
Soror in urbe est, sed frater domi est.
The sister is in
That's
the
fair,
city,
honestly. I'm not a big fan of German.
but the
I'm even less of a fan of English, so I'm not sure why those are my two main
So what
languages.
are you a fan of?
Anything that's not English or German, to be honest.
Okay. Maybe the next one that'll
I
come
mean,
up.
from the Spanish I know, pretty nice, honestly. I just not very good at it.
Dormi.
But so far, Spanish feels like it's a lot more consistent with its pronunciation than
Mater
certainly than
scribit
English,
et frater domi
probably
dormit.
than German. Even though it also still has some inconsistencies in there, because if you're like a self-respecting language, you gotta throw a bit of like a few curveballs in there just to really mess with.
Keep them on
language
their
learning.
toes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't want anybody to get bored.
So you've seen frater, soror, brother and sister. You've got fraternity, sorority, and so on. So yeah, all these words that we use, a lot of them are ultimately derived from Latin.
Marke et Livia.
Salvete, that's the plural for hello.
Quid agit Livia?
How is Livia?
Quid agit Marcus?
Marcus is doing all right, I think.
Quid agit Stephanos?
Nomen ei est Livia. Quid est ei nomen?
Yeah.
Quid tibi est nomen?
Is your name. Also in Latin, there's a lot of scope for changing the word order, which can make things quite confusing.
Nomen mihi est Marcus.
Yeah, I must say I don't know a lot about Latin, but just since he said go for changing the word order, there's actually like quite a big difference between a lot of languages where they put their words. A lot of languages, especially languages that are like Indo-European, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the non-Indo-Europeans ones.
How are we doing with this?
Have words that can be roughly categorized as nouns, verbs, or adjectives, and usually there's like a particular order that is preferred by the language. I can't come up. I think for German, for example, is subject, verb, object, where subject is the noun that you're talking about, and then object is the noun that is involved in the action. And then adjective, you can just put those in front of the nouns. Yes. In German, you put
Did
them
you
in front.
mention the verbs?
Yes. I said
Oh, okay.
subject, verb, object. That's, the verb goes in the middle.
The verb needs to be there as well, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
How am I doing, folks? Como te habio?
Yeah.
And now, how are you doing? Como te habes? Although that's the singular use, so I don't know. That's not going to work, is it?
Talking to us individually.
Yeah.
Having a heart-to-heart.
One at a time, just go round.
I think they're doing pretty good. I could hear them learning along.
Yes. I failed to mention this, but there will be an exam afterwards. I
Yes.
hope everybody in the hall here is ready.
I was
We'll
going
be
to
locking
say
the doors, and you won't be leaving until you.
I was going to say, actually, I'm getting flashbacks to when I was back at uni and school at exams. This is literally the same experience.
Just tons of people behind you watching just
your exam.
That's what it feels like anyway.
It is.
It does feel like that,
Yeah.
yes.
Habito. So it's important to get the right ending of these verbs depending on the pronoun, and this is retained in pretty much every Romance language. So.
Ubi Marcus dormit.
Where does Marcus sleep?
Ubi habitas.
Are we on the review yet?
We're next, I think.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying proper attention. In that case, we still have time for a few donations, Renee.
Yes, perfect. We have a $5 donation by Halogenlampe saying Lingua Latina mortua est. Thank you very much, Halogenlampe. And we have a $10 donation by our RoboSparkle here saying, for any fans of the Addams family, here is all the Latin I know. Sic gorgiamus allos subjectatos nunc. Keep up the good work. Back to you, Congruence. Thank you very much.
This is really weird hearing that while I'm trying to do it.
I'm going to spare you from asking you what that meant then.
I don't actually know what that meant. I'm still very, very new to this, and I haven't really been doing it a lot recently.
You just told us a few minutes ago that this was like your third language.
Yeah, all right. I come from the UK, and English is my native language, okay? It's really hard for us to just stick with another language.
Sehabet.
How
Do you think it's any easier for the rest of us?
Yes.
Like we have like a
Yeah, we all speak Latin at home.
you think we have like a secret towards learning languages?
Bene habeo.
All right, you want to pick out the next language?
Okay.
Mehabio.
Almodo korina sehabet.
Not this one.
Yeah, I would like for you to pick out one, not three at the same time.
Quid
Challenge?
habeo.
I'm not sure how we would do that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, really?
Maybe we should have done that. Just, like
Us.
have three devices at the same time.
Oh, we could all go?
No, I was thinking he does three at the same time, like parallel.
Stephanus bene sehabet.
Beautiful language.
Bene sehabet. Oh, my habit.
Quid habeo.
Do I have, because it's an O ending. Come on. It's like. Think that's Latin. Is this
Yes.
language 6 now?
No, we are
So
moving
that
on
was
to
six.
language 7.
This is
Oh my
yes.
God! What? 7 already?
Oh, don't get too excited.
Oh, please don't tell me.
Language 7 is Romanian.
Oh no!
So, for anybody wondering at home,
It's
it's
not.
not
yeah,
because
Ukrainian.
Romanian is a disliked language. It's just that Romanian is
Oh.
of all the European languages, it's one of the more complicated ones, and the Duolingo course in particular is one of the longest. So it's not even that it's particularly complex. The course is particularly complex. It's just that I think it's the longest one.
Time-wise, for me,
Yeah.
anyway.
So that is mostly why Congruence is a bit annoyed by that.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do.
And it's
with the
following on
language
from
inherently.
Latin as well, and they're highly related. And now I've got them both in my head. Oh, it's just that's at it. Okay, fine. I'm used to the really long sentences in this. As you'll see. So I'm sorry about this. Yeah, this is quite a long one. Even though it's deceptive, right? Oh, there's only two stepping stones. That's fine, but you'll see what I mean.
It's always weird when you look at languages that are like related to languages, and then there's some words that look familiar and they actually mean what you think they mean.
Tech, for this language, can I have like all the commentators out, like not in my headphones, because this is really hard to listen to. Sorry, it's
No, it's all good.
really hard.
I'm
to
just,
hear what-
wishing I could have a mute leave me button in real life as well.
I can just leave.
No,
you
I'm just kidding.
Just
No,
tell
please
me.
don't.
and
I don't want to be here alone. Like, you got all the facts. I'm just.
Okay. Oh, I'm good enough for that. am I?
yeah, it's right.
I feel very appreciated right now.
I can't
So,
believe
yeah,
this one's come up
Romanian.
actually. Child and I am.
I'm afraid to say I don't know a lot about Romanian.
Me neither.
Me neither. She is.
I mean, you seem to be doing fine so
And
far.
he is a boy. Okay, it's one at a time. That's all it is. One
Yes.
All right. Well, we are struggling to come up with something to say. Renea, why don't you hit us with
Yes,
another
you might have
donation?
something to say.
I do, in fact. We have a $10 donation by Puppeter saying, Ego justus ludum amisit.
Oh God, not while I'm doing.
Thank you very much, Puppeter.
Yes.
And the rough translation is, I just lost the game. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
I think I just did.
I think a lot of people just did.
Yes, they did.
Oh, I even forgot I was playing.
And I. Yes, woman.
Tech just got one of our tech guys just got upset.
I really hope there are no
Leaving the game.
Romanian
leaving.
speakers in the crowd here, because this is yeah.
Oh, I hope they are and
yeah,
they're having a good time.
Wow, what an insult.
That is quite the sentence.
That is. I need to remember that
Yes.
sentence and that sentence only. To be honest, that's all you need for half
Yeah.
the people you meet. It's just-
Okay.
could certainly use that when I'm talking to people on my job. They would know what I was saying, and I could just
Exactly,
get
yeah,
rid
you
of
just-
some, you know.
Get out that kind of that aggression.
I hope my boss isn't listening.
Oh,
I didn't say anything.
We got Limi's boss in chat.
Probably not.
So it wants you to know all of the verb conjugations just to get to the first chest for eat, have, is, drink, and then it makes these really long sentences. And this is like the vast majority of the exercises. It's really quite tedious, this one. So I'm sorry about this. We're going to be stuck on Romanian for a while, I think.
Get to enjoy the beautiful sounds.
It's a very interesting sound, actually. You eat.
Why don't you just speak along? Actually, you
all
only
drink,
say the English one. Actually, I just properly looked at the writing for the first time and sitting down here. And yeah, this is one of the languages I was speaking about earlier, where Romanian has a lot of diacritics. And from what I can hear, and I don't know the language, but from what I can hear, the diacritics seem to be making quite the dramatic difference. So if there are any typing exercises in this,
There are
then this is one of those.
I would actually rather speaking exercises, believe it or not.
But yeah, if there were any typing exercises in here, then this would be one of those languages where Duolingo could really mislead you by accepting answers that do not have diacritics in them. So yeah, everyone, if you're motivated to learn a language, please do yourself a favor and try to learn it properly instead of taking shortcuts, because you'll probably just curse yourself for doing so later.
I have no idea why. It's just doing this over and over again.
Look, vibes-based linguistics is totally
it's
valid.
literally just brute forcing.
I mean, that's how native speakers work all the time, right? I mean, I don't know why I'm saying the words I'm saying.
Does not.
I mean, that just kind of applies generally. I don't know why I said native.
Oh, see. Who said that one?
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds very familiar.
I'm not complaining, but you know. Okay. It's just one sentence at a time. It's just fine, honestly.
Another one of those languages where T is just shy. Oh wow! I just thought that we're still on the first one.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Oh God!
I'm so sorry about this.
Please, everybody, can we get some more donations in here? We need to fill some time.
Yes, indeed. Please just type !donate in the chat to find the appropriate links to leave a donation towards Alzheimer Fonden. With just a minimum donation of $10, you are eligible to win a Kirby Nightstar plush that was just advertised by the Prize Master family in the previous video, in the previous intermission. And you are also eligible to find the GameSir 4GS wireless controller with just another minimum donation of $10. So don't hesitate, we are so close to $16,000 and I'm sure we can do that just doing Congruence run. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow.
You're looking very intently at the screen.
Yes, I'm trying to learn Romanian right now.
Okay. I thought we were supposed to comment there. But, I mean, I guess we're just...
Okay, we're halfway. That's not the end, believe it or not. We've still got another... Oh, no, we're not even done with that yet. What's happening? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this insulting one again, isn't it? Great.
I'm getting really good at shuffling these envelopes.
Too good. You're
That's a
getting too
skill to
good.
put on your CV.
The girl.
I mean, I have a job currently, but if anybody ever needs somebody to can
30.
shuffle envelopes, I am your man. Honestly,
It's this one again, is it not?
These are some nice looking shuffles.
Unsuk. I mean,
You know, when you're learning languages, sometimes you just have to.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes you just have to.
What's this?
Suppress your inner child, and instead of like laughing at something that sounds kind of funny when you misunderstand it, you just go ahead. I mean, there's a particular word in German that I'm not gonna say that is often misunderstood as an English slur.
For a second, I thought you were talking about sausage. But
No. As I said, I'm not gonna say it.
No.
And I'm not. Everybody knows the slur. The slur is the N-word, but I promise Germans aren't saying the N-word all the time. Oh, Renee, I just figured out what I mean.
actually, I think we have a donation.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, we do, in fact. Thank you very much. We got a $20 donation by Widgie, 194, saying, it's Congruence's brother here. I can safely say that the preparation for this was immense, and the turnout is amazing. Keep it, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And we have another $10 donation by our very own Duo, saying, I am watching.
Oh, that is
Thank you.
that is disturbing, but not surprising considering we're live streaming this. Yeah, thank you, Witchy, for your donation. And thank you everybody else for turning up in holy
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, seriously.
very large numbers. I didn't even realize how many people were sitting behind me up until now.
Okay. One apple. Where's? Oh, Anne. Yeah. The Anne is a word in English, isn't it?
Yeah, don't forget the English
Yeah.
Please, we still need to communicate with you afterwards.
Yes.
I don't want to go
Preferably
through
in English.
Yeah, I don't want to have to get a Norwegian every time I want to talk to you. Even though some of the Norwegians here are very lovely people, so I mean,
Very lovely people.
I wouldn't mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
let's
word.
go back to
Guys,
some more-
sorry about this. This one is ridiculous. Hang on.
Oh, she's just blasting out those
That was
words.
so fast. Is she the speedrunner?
Can I just have like a 10-second pause before I try to do this?
I think it's just all of those words.
I think it is, isn't it? But what?
It was definitely merit.
That
It's on the far right.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh. So the hardest of the language and the longest one have already come up. I don't know what's going to happen.
What do we want next?
Norwegian, please.
Yeah, let's get some more Scandinavian up in here.
Even Danish would be acceptable at this point.
Oh, we got some Scandies in here?
I couldn't imagine why.
Oh.
I mean, it would be nice to understand a little bit more than this.
Yeah, but I mean, then we would have to listen to
Oh,
Norwegian.
8 options.
All right.
I think it's an acceptable trade-off.
Yes.
That one. No.
I mean, that was saying oh, so you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody wondering, because this has been going on for a while, the
Sorry about
current
that.
language is Romanian.
I know it's a speedrun and everything.
Still,
This
has
is
been
too
so
many
for quite
options.
some time. Too, as we said at the start of this, Romanian is by far the longest exercise.
Is that the 7th or the 8th language we're on?
No,
We can count after we go to some more donations.
Yes.
We are
Yes, thank you very much.
not boys.
We have a $70 donation by Rox saying, hi, I'm the moron who did the Kirby run. Here's a dono for every person who showed up at my run yesterday. watching this insanely impressive Duolingo run in the front row of the crowd right now. And it has reminded me of my favorite insult ever, learning a language. Please take a shower immediately. Thank you. Back to you, Congruence.
Thank you. We have, what, 2, is this right? Okay.
Probably
8
twins.
8, yeah, probably, yeah. Oh, yes, okay, yeah, of course. Was this one Voy? No, it wasn't. This one was Noi, I think. Yeah. That one was Voy.
Noi suntem bărbați.
We are... Oh, how many more? I can't deal with any more of this.
The exhaust.
Oh, it's like 4 more.
It is a long course. Wow.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, if anyone feels like they want to confuse us further with donations in different languages, just for the heck of it,
Oh yeah,
Go
definitely.
ahead.
Go ahead and just.
we'll try to guess what the languages are.
I feel like I'm just gonna land myself in hot water with that one.
Just don't guess wrong.
Eu am merele.
Of course, why didn't I think of that?
If it's a good time for a donation, I have one for the two of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. And we have a donation by a Duo 161 for $20 saying, "You have a friend quest with Trasha and Lemmy. Don't let them down, Congruence."
I'll try not to.
Thank you very much. And with that being said, we just crossed the $16,000 board line for charity. So thank you very much to everyone for your generous contributions to charity. Keep them coming. We are far from done with this event. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for your donations, everybody.
Băieți,
They really do help.
They are...
ele sunt fete și ele au o carte.
These sentences really don't help. I like how there's 2 rows here. It's just the
Yes.
implication is stressing me out already. Oh, it's
And this is all before the first chest.
yeah.
It's supposed to be easy.
Yeah, this is like the first bit of
This would make-
Romanian.
Whoever did the Romanian course did
Yeah,
not pull
so
any punches.
if you are thinking of learning this, honestly, if you want to use Duolingo, this is going to be great fun for you.
But be patient.
Două femei au un ziar și o carte.
Okay, this is another like quiet one, I think.
Două femei au un ziar și o carte.
What?
Două femei au un ziar și o carte. Un ziar și o carte.
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
I mean, 3 more. No, so that's the menu. Okay, they do not have the menu.
A lot of those short words kind of sound like one word when the native
Drink.
speakers are saying them quickly.
Voi nu
Maybe
mâncați
they have like a lot of
You do not eat.
words that you don't, not
Right.
words, letters that you don't really pronounce.
Voi.
Some subtle letters.
I feel like I heard all the letters
voi
pronounced.
aveți meniul.
It's just that there was like no gap between like the one letter word and the next one letter word and then the next
Ceai sau o
big
cafea?
word.
I feel like that's every language really. It's just there's no gap. We just talk.
Possible. It might just
We
be
do not eat the
inexperience.
sandwich.
Voi
What?
beți
We do not?
apă și
We do
vouă
not eat the
mâncați
same.
sandvișul.
Oh man.
Voi beți
Good thing
apă
I've already
și
had
vouă
breakfast.
mâncați sandvișul. Voi beți apă și vouă mâncați sandvișul. Mâncați.
No, that's not right.
Voi beți apă și vouă mâncați sandvișul.
I have absolutely no idea what's happening now.
Sandviș.
Oh, that's happening.
I have
Apparently.
no idea.
Oh,
Ele mănâncă orezul și beau apă.
okay. Yes, they eat the rice and drink the water.
Noi mâncăm orezul. Mâncăm orezul.
Oh, it was nice and short.
Ele
Please don't say that.
Oh.
This only has one row. How hard can it be?
și
See what? There's like, oh, it's given me so many options here.
băieți
But I think it's that one. Famous last words, of course. There you go. That was really wrong, wasn't it?
All right, well, we're watching Congruence struggle some more. Why don't you give us some more donations, Orania?
Oh, I'd be delighted to.
Yes.
We have a $10 donation by Smoglossa saying, it's so amazing seeing everyone of you show up for Kong's run knowing how hard he has been practicing for it. Sorry, Aura, but can we get a hoo-yah? Thank you very much, Smog. We got also a $5 donation by Yusok. He's asking for Kaffee und Tee, bitte. Thank you very much.
That was German.
Yeah, that was in fact German. I don't think I need to be told.
And we have a $10 donation by our very own puppeteer, which is in Welsh, and I'm so sorry that I will be butchering this now. Un oprobdidiv hisbis headphone, nit us hunred gworfot gwenwin dulai fort un gualu headphone.
Yes.
And according to all known laws
No.
of aviation, a bee cannot fly, apparently.
God.
Thank you very much. Back to you for now.
Just
This
Welsh
is
is
just
one of
getting-
the other languages still in these
just getting-
envelopes.
Let's not talk more about Welsh.
So if we're lucky, if we're lucky, it can come up.
I write a message, please. Thank you. Thank you.
You're writing a lot of messages.
Yes.
A lot of messages. I can tell. I completely forgot how long this course took. This is like double the length of all the others.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Do they not have
this is
people
a
to
lot.
do they not have people to like proofread these?
Testers or something? I think they do, but
Are
they were like,
trying to
you know what, Romanian, that is the language that you need to learn, so we're just going all in immediately. Learn it.
Yeah.
are they
Not
trying
enough.
to get people to learn Romanian, or are they trying
Okay,
to like,
is it two? It's probably two more, isn't it? Knowing
make them
this.
shy away?
Um,
I wouldn't be surprised.
it is.
One.
Yeah, it's two more, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, and then the
Or is it? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was 6 of 7, which means there's still 7 of 7 after.
Amazing. We read the message. Honestly, at this point, it's just like the fatigue with this particular language is kicking in big time right now.
Just imagine my fatigue at having to speak German.
Why is it that, though?
German? Yeah, German all the time. That is horrible, honestly. But also English for an entire week.
They do not write the book.
Speaking of German, if it's a good time, I have a donation for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, go for it.
We have a $25 donation by Corey saying, one of my favorite long German words is Donaudampfschifffahrtsgesellschaftskapitän with 42 letters. In English, it becomes 4 words. Danube Steamship Company Captain. Greetings from Switzerland. Greetings back to Switzerland. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your donation and for
Very nice.
another amazing word.
Another long word from Germany.
There's so many.
You read the menu.
You maybe want to
Or-
read another donation or an AI. I'm really struggling.
That's fine. We have a $15 donation by Ananas saying, allow me to quote you one of my favorite Monty Python sketches. And that's in Hungarian. Lekparnas hayom tele van angol nakal. You're doing great, Congruence. Thank you very much.
I can't believe they put that in the movie.
What?
Monty Python.
I think I'm blanking right now. My brain is
I'm
refusing
kidding.
to process.
Menu. Yeah. All right.
I'm starting to like recognize all these words, but I haven't.
I'm
been
glad.
paying
I'm glad
attention
one
to-
of us is.
I haven't been paying attention to the translation, so it doesn't really help.
And
Oh my.
2 men read the book.
I like the
Please
sound of
be
that.
right. Thank you.
Yeah.
2 boys write and 2 girls read. Letter. We write the message.
It's gonna be one
You.
disjointed letter with 2 separate people writing it
Right.
at the same
And the other
time.
one trying to read it as well.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
are they doing
You
it
read the letter
simultaneously?
Yes. It's a very big piece of paper.
How are the logistics of that?
and salvage that one somehow. Right. Final exercise. get the next language ready, although it could still take a
We
while.
actually have more languages.
You've got plenty of time.
I think you should.
I read the newspaper. That's just going to be.
the one on the very back.
What do you hope it is?
Do we have time for another 1 or 2 donations during
Sure we do.
Romanian?
Sure we do.
Perfect. We have a $20 donation by Alko saying, Bonjour, c'est Alko. The commentators want to raten, welche Sprache Thema on. Ganbate. Tak sa mycket ciao. Sorry, Ora. Thank you very much, Alko. This donation is going towards the Risk of Rain incentive. We also have a $20 donation by RoboSparkle saying, if there's one thing I've learned from this language course, it's you do not eat the sandwich. Truly, these are the wise words to live by. Thank you very much.
We are reading the newspaper.
For a second there, I thought I understood the dono message, and then I was like, wait, now I don't. Wait, now I do. What is
Now I
this?
don't.
Noi nu suntem băieți, noi suntem bărbați.
Noi nu
Noi nu
suntem.
suntem băieți, noi suntem bărbați. Bărbați.
Come on, we can do this.
Mesajul.
We can do this. We read the message.
Noi nu mâncăm
We read
sandwich.
all of the messages.
Yes, we do.
Noi nu mâncăm sandwich.
A lot of them.
Oh no, we're not finished. Hang on. How many more?
Open. No, we
Is
are
this-
not.
We're
Is
done
this-
with Romanian.
Is this language 8 now?
Yes.
It's better.
And we have an amazing language,
Please be Norwegian.
Ukrainian.
Okay. Totally different language family, Slavic languages. I'm really happy this one's come up. Actually, well, I say that now.
Tato. Mama tam.
Mum is there. Here we go. Done.
Tak, mama.
Now, this is really horrible if you're learning Norwegian or Scandinavian.
Oh yeah,
Tak
Oh,
mama
yeah.
is not thanks mum, okay?
yeah.
It's,
I just
yeah.
it even reads like duck, which is
Tam.
Tato i mama.
Not
Mama tata.
necessarily always the case with
Mama i tato tam.
Cyrillic.
Please,
Cyrillic.
tam.
I'm not sure what's the proper pronunciation.
Ta.
It's Cyrillic.
Okay. Yeah. Ukrainian, of course,
I.
being one of the
Mama.
languages that is written in Cyrillic,
Tato.
and therefore a lot of the letters look similar to the ones
Ma-
from
Tato.
the Latin alphabet,
I.
but they are pronounced
Okay.
wildly differently.
Yes, and some of them are different letters from what we know.
Yes. So even though this might look like it's pronounced a
Meta.
certain way, like half of the letters are
Demed.
very dissimilar to what you would
Med.
expect from
De tato.
coming from English or German
Vetitka
or
toma.
any other language using a Roman alphabet.
Toma.
Titka tomatam.
All right, well, Congruence is working on his first few Ukrainian words. You
Сім'я.
want to give us a few more donations, Yorania?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be absolutely delighted. We have a $10 donation by Okoma saying, I'm sorry, donation reader. Oh, you don't need to be sorry for me. That's the easiest exercise for me. Fischers frisch, fischt, frische Fische, frische Fische, fischt, frischers Fisch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we have a $10 donation by the Duolingo Owl saying, hello everyone, welcome to your Welsh lesson. Now repeat after me. Lan wire pil we gingle goger will Rondwill William Silio gogogoch. Thank you very much. Back to you for now.
No, that was that city, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe that was the longest city name.
Хто там?
There's an amazing clip of a news announcer just reading the whole name out perfectly. If anybody wants to look that up after this run, don't you go anywhere.
Yeah, you can't do it right now.
I'm watching you. I'm looking at the entire viewer list, and if I see anyone dropping out, I'll send Duo after you. I'll find the number, and I will do it.
Це.
And you know Dua is watching, so
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
very real.
Okay.
We have some more donations if there's time.
Go for it. Yep.
Perfect. We have a $10 donation by Jippy164. In case anyone has been wondering where the eels are, if Monty Python is mentioned, you can't miss My hovercraft is full of eels. Thank you very much. And we have a $10 donation by Nordic Soy. Time for some Norwegian practice. Jag heter Oranea. In henhold til thermodynamikens lover, jeg kan ikke bierfly. Perfect.
I can't do it while
That's
listening.
perfect translation.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure that was the same sentence about Bumblebee not being able to fly. If I picked that out correctly.
Yep.
It was. Okay. I'm sure Congruence loved that.
Yeah, that was really.
Hearing a language he actually understands whilst trying to figure out Ukrainian.
You. I mean, look how lovely this is compared to Romanian. Like these are not made equally.
You just had to say something.
Instant karma. There it is. Instant karma.
Ні, це не мама, це тітка. Не, це тітка. Мати.
Oh, that was
It is
amazing.
definitely a nice breath of fresh air after hearing Romanian for so long.
Yeah,
Even though I'm sure Romanian is a lovely language.
it sure is. I'm gonna dream about it tonight, I think.
You have that person's voice in your head. Like,
Yes.
Talking about sandwiches and menus. And
Not eating the sandwiches.
not eating the sandwiches.
Do not.
Yeah.
Absolutely do not.
You are not there. Yeah. That's what got me that.
Де дід?
Where? Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Where is grandfather?
We have one more donation coming in from our lovely friends from elsewhere around the world if there's time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Perfect. We have a $10 donation by Slim Jim saying, another German reading exercise. Wer anderen eine Bratwurst brät, der braucht ein Bratwurst-Bratgerät. But to that I can counter, wer anderen eine Grube gräbt, der hat ein Grubengrabgerät. Thank you very much for your donation.
Beautiful, beautiful poetry.
Translation, please.
Do I need to? The first one was the one who's frying sausages for others needs a sausage fry machine.
Це.
And what Oranea said was the one who's digging a hole for others needs a hole digging machine. And both of those were plays on the German saying, wer anderen eine Grube gräbt, fällt selbst hinein, which is basically saying, if you're trying to trip somebody else up, you're gonna trip up.
Ooh, it's that kind of saying.
Yes.
Це сад.
I hope I got all that correctly.
Сік.
Nice, I did.
Тато і дядько.
I apparently can still speak
What's
German.
this again? Uncle.
Дядько і тітка.
Dядько і тітка.
Hey, we finally got another speaking exercise.
I forgot they were speaking exercises.
Yeah, me too.
It's a welcome relief from all the tapping, I must
We
say.
spent so
Yes.
long making sure that the
ooh.
speaking exercises work together with the audio for the stream and everything. And then hardly any of them come up. I felt kind of slighted by Duolingo there, but
But this is nice. We get to speak some Ukrainian. I know a few words. I can say
Say
Slava
Donka.
Ukraini.
that was a good one.
That's a good one.
Or good
Important.
2 words. I'm
Oh yeah, true.
pretty sure
That's
those
those
two
are 2 words.
don't speak Ukrainian that well, but I'm pretty sure I count at least 2 there.
It's quite forgiving as well on the speaking exercises. If you have a sufficient amount in blue, you can just click it and hope that it gives you it. So, like I said, I don't speak any of these languages,
Меди чай.
which is probably quite obvious, really, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Моя мати.
Moja mate, my mother, yeah.
Моя донька. Донька.
Мій тато.
Мій. Це мій чай. Це
Це мій
мій чай. Чия мати?
mother?
Чия тітка.
Чия тітка.
Чий це дім.
Home.
Дім.
Чия. Чий це сад?
Чий це сад? Give me that. Come on.
Aw.
Чий це сад?
Чий це сад? Thank you.
I don't speak Ukrainian, but that sounded close enough.
Тітка.
Honestly, I'm just transfixed by
Cheat.
these pronunciations.
This. Okay. I think we've got 3 or 4 more here to go, and then we're on to language 9, is it?
Yeah, that means
Yeah,
we
yeah.
definitely have some more time for some donations or an air.
Yeah.
Let's
wanna go
do
ahead?
it. We
Yeah.
have some more lovely comments and donations from our friends out there. A $50 donation by Karamellmann5
Bin student.
saying, by the way, the dots above R, O, U are definitely called heavy metal umlaut, also röktet, as in Motorhead. Toller run. Thank you very much for your donation. That is going towards the Risk of Rain incentive.
Я студент.
We also have a $5 donation by Poker Fakuwati saying, that's
Tak,
enough.
ona
Fischer's
studentka.
Fritz was a challenge and I'm up for it. Strap yourself in, Aura. Okay, I will try. We Stjeżebryszli Krasnezebrysymi was trashnish I Jesnezbryszini do tego zginie. Amazing job, Congruence. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you.
Студенти.
I think Orenea is up next.
Oh yeah, I mean,
She
you
did
wanna
great.
you wanna
Is
like
that Polish?
jump in?
I believe that was Polish, but
I think you
I
did good.
am just doing my best here.
Okay.
Де мій будинок?
Where is my... Yeah, so house and building can be the same word, apparently.
Чий це будинок?
Чице budinok.
Де ви?
I was building a very
Ви моя
similar
тітка,
concept,
а ви
so it
мій
wouldn't
дядько.
surprise.
Okay, this is a really hard one. I always get this wrong.
Ви моя тітка, а ви мій дядько.
Oh, man.
Ви моя тітка, а ви мій дядько. Тітка. Ви моя тітка, а ви мій дядько. Їм.
No. It's going to happen, is it?
Forgot the vui for the
Yeah.
em.
Let's look at this for a second.
Хто ви?
You'd think if he's seen it so many times, he'd
Ви
remember how to do
а ви
it.
не студент.
But then again, it's
38 languages, remember. 38.
Yes.
There's a limited capacity here.
But you remember that
and he speaks
particular
one
one.
language natively. This is an Englishman we're talking about.
honest
Well, not like that, but like
No, that's completely
he speaks
fair.
English.
It's just an Englishman.
Just
what do you expect?
The end.
Voi studente. That's enough. We are here. Yeah. Oh, it's giving me things I've not seen before. I don't know why it does this. It's kind of harsh, really.
Лікар.
I've never seen. I
Будинок.
don't think I've ever seen these words
Погано.
before.
Хто тут?
Кто
We're
тут?
learning.
Learning while I'm speedrunning this.
Тато.
Amazing.
I mean,
Мати. Та. Мій будинок тут.
Мій будинок
always
тут.
the right time to learn.
Ви моя тітка, а ви мій дядько.
Here we go. Let's get it this right this
Ви
time.
тітка. Ви моя тітка, а ви мій дядько. Ви мій дядько.
We got it. We got it. And we have 2 more to go, is it, on this? And then
I think we have time for another message.
I would agree, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I would love to. We have a $10 donation by our very own Viper here saying, let's try some English lesson. Repeat after me. Oid governor. Thank you very much
I'd
for your
governor.
Де мій чоловік?
thank you very much for your donation.
Thanks, Viper.
And a
Mate.
second donation by Nordic Soy for $10 saying, had to get one more Norwegian lesson in. And this one is my favorite oddity from the actual app.
Oh, no, not Norwegian.
Jeg spiser brød og grøter og på gulvet. I am eating bread and crying on the floor.
Yes.
I guess they
Yes,
made the
I've seen that
ultra
one.
angry.
Incredibly relatable, honestly.
Thank you very
Perfect.
much. Back to you.
But is the
Well,
bread a
you
part of the
missed them,
sandwich?
That was never
Yeah,
going
you
through.
don't
Hang
eat
on,
the
one
entire
second.
thing. That's the thing.
Leaving,
You
leaving,
don't
sorry,
eat the
leaving,
sandwich.
sorry.
You just eat the bread.
Sorry, this is. I just need. Hang on.
Ви не їсте мед.
Vonje is the med. Okay, why am I not getting?
Oh, it didn't give
Ви
you
не
any of those.
їсте мед. Ви не їсте мед.
Я не їм мед.
Oh, okay.
It's like, nah.
All right, we're just
give
going to
up.
move on, are we?
Okay.
I do not eat honey. I'm a bit scared of that one. It might take me a while to get that
Passive
one.
aggressive Duolingo, just like, okay, well, we'll just go on.
Де?
Oh, it's all getting a bit much now.
Де? Будинок. Сіль.
Чи. Я не їм м'ясо. Я не їм м'ясо. Мій.
No.
Я не їм м'ясо. Не. Мій. М'ясо.
I've put a word in there that shouldn't be in there, haven't I?
Ви не їсте мед.
Bonje iste med. Is it just me?
It was just like, nah.
Is it
all
just
of that
me
was wrong.
or what?
It
here?
didn't sound
Ви
that
не їсте
wrong.
мед. Ви не їсте мед.
Is it yiste, maybe?
Ви не їсте мед.
Boine yiste med.
Try speaking more slowly, that helped.
Yeah,
before.
I think this could be a brick wall right here.
Ви не їсте мед.
Boine yiste med.
At least it accepted one of the words.
It's picking one to light up, but not all. Hang on. It was fine before.
Ви не їсте мед.
Anybody here speak
Я не
Ukrainian
їм м'ясо.
can tell us what he's doing wrong.
Я не їм м'ясо.
Yeah, that would actually help because I'm a bit worried about
Yes.
that now. But you can tell I'm
Ви не їсте мед.
boine yiste med. Wow. Do we have any Slavic speakers in the crowd
try with
to
V.
help me here, please?
Say V instead.
I'm not even joking at this point.
Congruence. V.
Um,
Say V instead.
That's what I was saying, right?
Ви не їсте мед.
Boine yiste med. Thank you, Trash. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Я не їм м'ясо.
Yim.
I believe.
М'я.
Come on, let's get this done. We can do this.
Yes.
believe this next one is
I
the
think
reading.
it's just the Romanian is totally.
Oh no, there's
taken
still
it
one
out.
more left. In that case, we have plenty of time for
Yes,
donations,
let's
so
have
please
donation.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no idea. We have so many donations coming in right now. The first one being a $20 donation by Diaho, saying, I had chat closed, so I missed the sub-gift notification. But whoever you were that gave me this donation, thank you. Love this linguistic insanity. Be congruent. Thank you very much. Then we have a $5 donation by Drigong saying, hoping we get the Danish as one of the last languages. Totally not biased, but in case we don't, here's a classic Danish phrase to test one's Danish skills. Rotgrot med flode. And since this is during a language lesson, that means a red porridge
Oh
with
no,
cream.
not again! Please, I thought I was done with this.
How was her pronunciation, Treasure?
Boine
It was
yiste med.
there was an attempt, but
Oh,
Give me it.
no, but Danish is really hard. Okay,
I'm sorry for asking, Orene. I shouldn't have.
It's supposed to go rød med fløde.
Yes.
Yeah,
Great.
that, thank you. If there's still time, we can go on.
Oh, we have plenty of time.
Perfect. We have a $10 donation by Leo Mashar saying, another language challenge. Aci vel gigant I visas aviaciskos taiskilis bite neruteru skraidjiti. Lithuanian, the bee aviation meme. Thank you very much. I totally butchered that.
А мед там.
We also have a $10 donation by Fuzimi. In the name of poker, here's one in Czech. I'm really, really sorry, Ora. Trista, trigeti, tripšnič, trištaček, trišgalo, preše, trišta, trigeti, tripštrinič, štrek. Thank you very much. Back to you for now.
Мед і чай.
Anybody here speak
Mad.
Czech? Can tell me how good was that? Was it good?
This is really strange. Look.
Мед і чай.
You gotta work on your languages, Orene. I'm sorry.
Shay. It doesn't even sound like that.
Мед і чай. Мед і чай.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think this is the last one, so get the
Yes.
next one.
We're on the
This is-
review. So.
Oh no, that's it. That's
What?
it.
I thought. What?
Oh,
We
what?
gotta speed this.
That was it.
Where's the review
Okay,
gone?
what do you want? What are your wishes?
No. Just pick a random one. That's how.
Yeah, no, we are. We just wondering
We're
what
having
you
conversation.
what you're hoping
I'm
for.
just a
here.
bit concerned that we might have to end it after this one because of time. That Romanian has really thrown a spanner in the works, I think.
All right. Well, the next one is Yiddish.
Okay. Okay. Where is that even?
What's that?
Where even is that on here?
The one at the bottom?
Doesn't it have?
Oh yeah, it's right at the bottom, isn't it? Yeah. It's the least active one on here. So, yeah, it's. But believe it or not, I believe. Don't quote me on this. This is actually a West Germanic language, but you wouldn't believe it with this script. But it is.
I mean, it would make sense with the sound because whenever I hear Yiddish, which is not that often, but I always think it sounds kind of.
There's some very
German-y.
entertaining sentences coming, by the way.
But it definitely doesn't use the same script as we do.
There's some very funny sentences about to happen.
The nice thing here is because it's going through the sounds initially. The first few exercises are relatively fast because there's not that much to do.
So while he's getting familiar with the alphabet or the letters, maybe we should have another message.
Oh, absolutely. We have a $15 donation by Ananas saying, since German seems to be a little overrepresented in their long words, here's an example of a Swedish combined word. Flagstangs knops übs setnings krus anmelningssaf goft uts betalnings polmnemnim selt. That's 72 letters, by the way. It refers to a payment reminder of a course in putting the tips on flagpoles.
I'm sure a word that comes in all the time.
We also have a $5 donation by Yato again. Thank you very much. Okay, I'ma keep it simple. Did you know that we don't know if you don't know? If so, answer this question. If two witches were watching two watches, which witch would watch which watch? You're all doing great. Thank you very much. That goes right back to you.
Thank you for the donations. Keep them coming.
Yeah, honestly, I think we still have quite a few left. And
if there's time, I can still go on.
Yeah.
Perfect. We have a $10 donation by our very own RoboSpark saying, time for a quick French demo, Oranea. Okay, Linkpost is sitting here, so he can check. Simon, tonton, tont, tont, tonton, tont, tonton sera tondu. If my uncle shaves your uncle will be shaven. Thank you very much.
I can just see the Link boss being like, Okay, it gets a thumbs up. It gets a thumbs up.
Thank you so much. We also have a $10 donation by Ursi saying, some else then. Caesar litus classis romana. Thank you very much. And a $25 donation by Adam N saying, oh man, now I'm craving some boingy yeasty bread or whatever that Ukrainian phrase was. Thank you very much.
Here come the interesting sentences that it literally just sounds like English because I think they've made it. I don't know whether this is purposeful or not.
Mame a ballon.
It sounded very English.
It also didn't sound like a proper sentence.
A bear.
Oh, how did you hear that? Yeah, I think in the interest of time, I think we're going to do the incentive after this, if that's okay with Tech and with everybody else.
Yeah, unless you want us to go on.
Because Romanian really did mess everything up, I think, in this instance.
It was a worthwhile sacrifice.
That one.
Mame. Mo.
Ir.
Mame. Ben. Ma. U.
Oh, it's that one just every time.
This just sounds so familiar. It's really weird.
Yeah, because
like
then you look at the screen and you're like, I can't make out what it says.
When you hear it, you're like, oh,
yeah,
I can mostly understand
okay.
this. And then you look at the script,
Pa.
There's a lot of aspiration going on here.
Madrid. Lip.
Te. Ma. Da.
Ash. Shu. Din. Din.
Le. Le.
Okay.
No.
If there's an opening, we have some more donations.
Absolutely, yeah.
take it away.
Coming.
Perfect. We have a $15 donation by Das Pharaoh saying a comment in Portuguese. Tres tigres sentados no trigal. It means 3 sad tigers sitting on the hayfield. Thank you very much for the tongue twister. And now we have a $5 donation by Alex Honix. It's a tongue twister from the beautiful country of Austria, actually. Woni kemako kimi I wir eube quam kema kina. Translation for the Germans. Wenn ich kommen kann, komme ich, aber ich werde kaum kommen können. Also, Wachkatzelschwurf. Thank you very much. Back to you for now.
For all of those who don't speak either Austrian or German, the translation for that would be, if I can come, I will, but I don't think I'll be able to, roughly.
Schiff. Schiff. Af.
If?
Man. Men.
F. Idea.
Bitte.
That sounded like bitte.
I think it means
Bitte.
it. I think it means the same thing,
so
yeah.
German, I'm just...
Alt.
And
Also,
that-
what the hell is going on?
I think that's alt as well. in
Like,
German,
every
yeah.
time I look at the screen for a second, I look back over and there's like more donations than there were
Yes.
before. Like, thank you all so much for your
Yeah,
donation.
Thank
very
you,
much,
everyone.
everybody.
Honestly.
We can hardly keep up with all of them.
Yeah, let's hear the next message.
Okay, absolutely. We have a $10 donation by Okuma again, saying, you got a Fischer's Fritz first try. So how well can you pronounce Swiss German? How about Jorge Scheibe Jorgekästli klemmt? Yeah, I agree with that. You totally should do something about that. Thank you very much. And we got a fantastic anonymous $100 donation, so make some noise, everyone. Thank you very much for your generous contributions. Keep them coming in. This is so much fun. Back to you, Congruence.
Thank you.
Alter.
I actually think you're having as much trouble as me over there, Rainy, with all these languages. You've actually spoken more
Yes,
languages and done more languages than I have today. So,
I was
yeah,
going
it's
to
pretty
say
impressive.
that too.
I'm trying my best to keep up. It's so
Yeah.
fun so far.
It is.
Fish.
Fish. I just love it.
Fish.
It said Alta, and I was just like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, it's just fish.
No, it's just because in German,
Oh.
Alta is kind of a colloquial way of saying dude.
Oh. Mein Alter?
That doesn't quite work.
Ah,
You
bummer.
just say
Lip.
Alta. I don't.
Is.
It's like slightly rude, but also you can say it to friends, and it's not rude.
Oh, I clicked that.
It's weird. I just saw that, and it sounded exactly like it. I was like, what?
Right, 2 more, and then we'll do the incentive, I think.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for
Can we get like
hitting
feedback
estimate
from,
like this.
from Tech whether we should definitely do the incentive after?
Yeah,
this or move
we aren't doing a 10th language. We're just doing the incentive.
Delfin.
A fish in a pyramid.
This is apparently
That's
not
English.
English, by the way.
Fish and a pyramid?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what? A fish in a pyramid. I mean,
Oh, in a pyramid. Okay, well, I got the
Know where they
preposition
are.
wrong.
okay, cool.
Okay.
In London.
A pyramid in London.
Is in London.
Like, can someone confirm to me that this isn't actually English with a like script?
Like, is
Because,
this actually Yiddish? Just-
oh,
Pyramid in Madrid.
Maybe Duolingo is just duping us.
Madrid.
okay. Last one for Yiddish, and then we're going to do the Klingon incentive. But that's an interesting language, I must say.
If you're up to it, we have some more fun donations coming in.
Yeah, go
Let's
for
have
it.
it.
Go for it.
Perfect. We have a $5 donation by a Sustain saying, you guys know Will Smith, right? Will Smith, Will Smith. Now, that's a very good question. Thank you very much for your donation. Then a $10 donation by Rastats. Let's go for another French tongue twister. Si, supre. Si, sont, si, seront, si, sont, si, supre.
Okay, that's the end of the official run. Sorry that I couldn't do the 10 languages there, but Romanian was always going to be an issue. Now, I just need to, because I use Klingon as a placeholder, so I just need to delete Klingon and then add it again. And then, by the way, thank you for everybody who got met the incentive for Klingon. That was amazing that we actually got there. So where is it? Here it is. And it's a beta, so believe it or not, it's not finished, but there's already quite a lot of material there. So this is a very interesting language. I'm not quite sure how it works, but
before we start
Yes.
with Klingon, we have 2 donations
Yeah,
and
go
a
for
quite
it,
very
yeah.
long one that I was asked to read before the Klingon one starts.
oh, absolutely, yes.
We have a $10 donation by Drogi saying, Ora, gebt dir bitte Mühe. Der Papst hat Speck bestellt. That is apparently Swiss German. The Papst hat spät as Speck bestellt. Yeah. Thank you very much for that, Drogi. And we have a $10 donation by Rastats with a rather long French message. Vous aimez, je ne crois pas qu'il est de bonnes ou de mauvaises situations. Moi, je devais résumer vie autrui avec vous. Je dirais que j'ai à bord de rencontrer des gens qui m'ont tendu la main peut-être un moment. Je ne pouvais pas, j'étais seul chez moi. Et c'est assez cruel de dire ceci hasard, les rencontrer forger une destinée, parce qu'on quand on écoute de la chose, quand on écoute de la chose bien faite, le béquesse, parfois on ne trouve pas l'interculture enfant, le tirer les miroirs pour avoir d'avancer dans mon cas. Comme disait là, pour ce quoi moi au contraire, j'ai pu et j'ai dit merci à la vie. Je lui dis merci, j'ai chanté de vie et je le danse la vie. Je le nais amour, je le file la main quand beaucoup de gens veulent le moment décident. Moi commun, tout pour avoir cette humanité, eh bien, je leur répondrai simplement, je leur dis c'est le goût de l'amour, c'est goût donc quand je possède. Quand entreprendront une construction mécanique du domaine peut-être simplement à mettre en service de la commande, de faire le don de soi. Thank you very much. I'm done. I can't anymore.
That was never ending. I thought I messed up by forgetting to bring my blanket and just.
And time.
All right.
Yes, thank you for that French
Back to
speed
you
run over
and
there.
Kapla on the Klingon.
Thank you. Yes, the final language, the sister språket. I had to get some Norwegian in.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just had to. So let's do some Klingon. Okay. Yeah, let's just chill with a bit of Klingon there. This is a bit strange. Toch.
Yeah, I believe Klingon, of course, is a constructed language from Star Trek, if I'm not very mistaken. And it has a lot of glottal sounds, which are like in the back of the throat, kind of like when you're what's the word?
Coughing?
Well, coughing. Yeah, coughing is one of them, but also
What was this?
asphyxiating. That's not quite the word.
let's
Choking?
go.
Choking? Yeah, anything that sounds like you're about to, like you're about to run out of breath. Pretty much is probably Klingon.
All right.
I think it was purposely chosen because it sounded more aggressive that way.
Knob.
Well, that didn't sound very.
Yaj.
Oh, I like that it's just one word that like just contains an entire sentence.
Bach.
Johann Sebastian?
Bach. Jang.
No, that's answers, I think, is it not? Yeah.
A very concise language.
I don't know why all this information is in my head. It's just, it's very, yeah.
Knob.
Oh, that's got to be nub.
Knob.
Probably just two words, right?
Van.
Wait, did I just say?
Jang.
Did I just?
It is just 2 words.
It
of
is.
course.
Yeah, I just wondered whether it was the right 2 words.
Nab.
Yeah, you see, I'm getting confused now. You see.
Yaj. Nab.
There we go. There we go.
That took a while.
Te.
Mev.
All right.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for Congruence to get more than 2 words in a row, can you hit us with another donation or an air?
I'd be absolutely delighted. And it's not a tongue twister like the French just before. It's a $20 donation by Alko saying, hey, up for a fun language fact. Finnish is said to have the longest one-word palindrome. It's Saipu Kaupias, and it means soap merchant. Thanks for the fun. Worship the owl. Thank you very much, Alko, for the donation. Back to you.
Yes. Thank you all for your donation.
Thank you very much.
Leeds is Dev. Yeah.
Lead Dev?
Lead Dev.
I don't want to hear that. I'm on holiday.
No. Mev is stop. Mev is stop. Mev is stop. And then Nab is.
3 words in a sentence.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
Wait.
god. And then
We're
we get there.
evolving.
She understands. She plans. That's gonna be.
Yaj. Nab.
Jang. Van.
As she salutes.
Ja. Mang.
I'm just confused by the fact that there's just capital letters in the middle of some of these words.
Or by the end.
Bach.
Like that.
Yeah, what is that?
What is this?
I would actually love to know why, like, there's a capital letter at the end.
I mean, they probably use the capital to mean the sound, but I mean, you could just use like an X, like most other languages that have.
I can't help but think that it's like written backwards.
It feels like that when you see a capital at the end, doesn't it?
All right, we're halfway through Klingon. Tell a story. Oh, she is calm.
Joke.
Yoch.
It is brave, I think.
Oh.
Kai. Kai.
Always get that one.
Kai.
Another donation if you have time?
Oh, yes, sure.
Perfect. We have a $10 donation by Paulister. Ooh, are we doing tongue twisters? Here's a Greek one with accents on the stressed syllables. Okay. O papas, o pahis, efaye pahiafaki. Hiati papa, pahi, efages pahiafaki. Well done on Greek, Congruence. You made short work of that. Thank you very much, Paulister, for your donation over there.
Yeah, thank you, Paulister. What was I saying? I want to say something.
Your theory about the sounds
The capital letters, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
what's that about?
It was probably related to that. Sadly, my memory is.
Ram.
Fires
it
are
works
actually cool.
occasionally.
They aren't hot. That's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, I was wondering how much vocabulary there actually is in Klingon, because I think I looked at the phonetic inventory and it doesn't have that many different sounds, and I'm only seeing like 3 or 4 letter words other way around here, which makes me think like how many different options are there? Did they just pair up all of the sounds they had together to make all of the words? It just looks suspiciously short.
But it's also still in beta, so maybe.
Yeah, but the Klingon language itself isn't in beta, right? It's just the course that's in beta, as far as
But
I
I think
understand.
that might be like the interesting thing about these constructed languages is that like, when is it done?
Nearly got those around that way.
Yeah, I mean, I've dabbled with constructed languages before, but not in any serious capacity. Enough to like know quite a bit of like the phonetic alphabet and a lot of sounds that I don't know from any language that I actually speak. But I don't really have much experience with actually working on a constructed language.
Coke.
Making one, that is.
Tin Coke.
Some of these words sounding a bit sus, I must say.
Oh no.
Tin tick. Tin.
The lead is down.
Two. Tin Coke.
Okay, I think there's a couple more, and then I think we're.
Yeah, that was.
Oh no, that's it.
One
This is
more.
it now. Okay, right.
Tin Coke.
The robot is big. Fires are cool, apparently.
Right.
Be brave is to whatever that is.
I mean, really, it should be explosion.
That's
That is
that.
cool, but apparently fire does the job.
The soldier is calm. She fires. What?
She's not calm.
Beer cool. Ha. Ha. Mev molor. Yaj.
Orlor stops. He understands. Does.
Knob Tej. Jote. Jote.
Scientist. What's Nab again? Plans. He's calm as well.
Jut Mara.
Everyone is calm here.
Nara is calm. I'm getting a bit too calm actually. She is brave.
It's fine. You're about to be done.
Yo.
Bach molor. Head.
Oh, that was some.
Head.
That was some nice jubilance in there.
Oh my. Well. Oh my God. There's a lot of people in this room.
For the first time, did you?
Yeah. That was Duolingo. A couple of things. First of all, thank you for this fantastic event. Please keep donating. Every donation counts. I was going to say something else. I was going to say something really witty, and it's gone now. Oh yes, that's it. If you are interested in learning languages, please don't do what I've just spent the last few weeks doing, because you actually don't learn anything. You just when you see the symbols, you're just sort of matching them and you memorize them. So yeah, any tips from me would be just focus on like 1 or 2, not like 39 or anything. Anyway, thank you, and yeah, I don't know who's next, but I wish them the best of luck. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Congruence. What an outstanding speedrun of several languages on Duolingo. And if you enjoyed the language runs, keep the donations coming. You have about 4.5 hours to make the $20,000 milestone. Just as if you've seen that yesterday, we have a similar surprise for you in store if we make that amount of money until the time. So we are going to a quick intermission, and don't go anywhere. We will be right back.